Good morning, class. I hope you are all doing well. Very good. Before we come to our topic for today, I want us to refresh our memories on what we did the other time. I want one of you to come on the board and write an example of a fraction for me. Yes, Christabel, I want you to come on the board and write an example of a fraction. Right, let's clap for Christabel. Very good. So Christabel wrote 1 out of 2 as an example of a fraction, which is good. I want one of you also to come on the board and identify the denominator in the fraction. Yes, John. Good. Let's clap for John too. Yes, 2 is the denominator in the fraction that was written by Christabel. I want one of you to also come on the board and identify the numerator in the fraction. Yes, Daniel. Good. 1 is the numerator in the fraction that was written by Christabel. Let's clap for ourselves. So today's topic is on equivalent fraction. Equivalent fraction. When we say equivalent fraction, we are talking about fractions that are different but have the same value. They are different fractions but have the same value. So let's quickly look at the example Christabel wrote, which is 1 out of 2. You can find equivalent fraction of 1 out of 2. How do we do that? We can do it as easy as my palm. Let's all try in doing the equivalent fraction for 1 out of 2. In doing so, we first identify the numerator, as we have already done, as 1. And we also identify the denominator, as we have already done, as 2. Then we add 1 to the numerator. So when we add 1 to the numerator, we are going to get 2. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. So we identify the denominator 2 as 2. So we add 2 to the denominator. And when we add 2 to 2, we are going to get 4. So now we have 2 out of 4 as a different fraction, but it has the same value as 1 out of 2. So 2 out of 4 is an equivalent fraction of 1 out of 2. Let's find another equivalent fraction of 1 out of 2. What do? We will add 1 to the 2 that has already been identified. And when we add 1 to 2, we are going to get 3. And we add 2 to the 4 that has already been identified. And when we add 2 to 4, we are going to get 6. Now, 3 out of 6 is a different fraction, but it is an equivalent fraction of 1 out of 2 and 2 out of 4. I want you to sit in teams and identify 3 other equivalent fractions of 1 out of 2 using the procedure I used recently in identifying the 2 other fractions as equivalent fractions. So I'll call on each team to come and tell us the equivalent fraction they had in identifying 1 out of 2 as its principal fraction. So group A, tell us what you had. Group B, tell us what you had. And group C,